road while it's not green. All right, guys, so look at this building. I showed you guys a lot of the porticos in Italy and showed you the beauty of them and the grandeur. And here, I'm in a really like local section of Genoa. And interestingly, they still have the porticos here, but they look entirely different. They're very tall, as you can see. The tiling is not very ornate. It's just kind of basic and simple. The ceilings are just all torn up. And the buildings are a bit black and they just look rough. And so that kind of gives you a feeling, an idea of where you are socioeconomically just by these visual details you get. You can see this has over there, there's a little bit more detail, especially the outside. I'll show you the flooring of it and show you how that it has a bit more detail, not much more, but a little bit more, which is just, it's all indications of wealth, right? Like the more ornate, the wealthier the owner of the building, and the less ornate, the less wealthy the owner of the building in general terms. And so you can see here, come upon a little bit more decorative flooring, but the ceiling has more decoration. Whereas the other one we saw was just kind of scratched up top. Here, we've got colors in the ceiling, so some more money was put into the development of this building. And in keeping with the Italian column pattern, and got columns right here. Whereas over here, an ugly building. That building, a little bit nicer. So you can see a really true variation of architecture as you walk through the streets of what I'll call local Genoa. And it really contrasts. I'll show you once again a contrast between this building here to the right and then the other one. That one's nicer. It's more colorful, nicely decorated. Whereas here, it's just basic housing. So when you travel, you start to pick up on these things. I'm eating chocolate right now. But you start to pick up on these differences, and you realize the inherent meaning behind the differences of presentation. And in Italy, presentation is everything because it's a visual society, whereas in other societies, your ability to communicate and the language you use and the words you select are more important, or at least equally important, because in other societies, communication is valued as highly, if not more, than visual context.